is a follow-up class for the bodice block that we created in our last class. In this class, we're going to be learning how to draft the basic sleeve block. But please make sure that you have already drafted your own bodice block before drafting the sleeve block, because we'll be needing the front and the back armhole of your bodice block to draft the sleeve block. And as always, if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and then subscribe to my channel for more videos and to support me. Thank you. Now for this sleeve block, this is just a basic sleeve block. That means that we can manipulate it to create different styles of sleeves, from very dramatic sleeves to exaggerated sleeves, really all kinds of sleeve. For this sleeve block, we will need just about 5 different measurements. So now come with me, let me show you the different measurements you will need to draft this sleeve block. So here are the 5 measurements we need to draft the basic sleeve block. I'm going to walk you through all of them. The first one is the full length of the sleeve. Now, the full length of the sleeve, you take the measurement from your shoulder tip all the way down to the wrist. That's the full length of the sleeve. Now, the second one is the bicep. The bicep refers to the circumference around the fullest part of the arm. So you place your tape measure and take around the fullest part of your arm. The third measurement is the wrist. Place your tape measure and measure around your wrist. And then we will need our front and back armhole measurement. So this is where you will need your basic bodice block. So now you're going to take your basic bodice block, the front and the back, and then you're going to take your tape measure, and then you're going to measure the armhole curve just like this. So you place your tape measure from one end here all the way down to the other end. So you place it just like this, and then you take your measurements. You can do it a couple of times so that you'll be sure of the measurements. So you're going to take the measurement for the front armhole, and then you're going to do exactly the same thing for the back armhole. Then you're going to record whatever your measurement is. Now the last measurement will be our sleeve cap height. And the sleeve cap height, to find that measurement, we will take the front armhole measurement plus the back armhole measurement. We'll add them together and then divide it by 3. So whatever your front armhole measurement and your back armhole measurement is, add them together, divide it by 3. So the value of that becomes your sleeve cap height. So for example, my front armhole measurement is 23 cm. So let me show you how to do that. My front armhole measurement is 23 cm plus my back armhole measurement is 25 cm. So if you add them together, I'll have 48 cm. So you divide this 48 by 3, I'll have 16 cm. So this 16 cm is my sleeve cap height. So now once you've figured out what all your measurements are, you're going to grab your pattern making tools and let's start drafting our sleeve block. So now to start drafting our sleeve block, get a plain sheet of paper, and then you're going to draw a horizontal line at the bottom of your plain sheet of paper. And then at the middle of your horizontal line, you're going to draw a vertical line at the middle. Now this vertical line is going to be your sleeve length measurement. My sleeve length measurement is 61 cm. So I'm going to measure from here now down to this part, 61 cm. Okay, and then you're going to close this line. You're going to draw another horizontal line on top of it, just like this. Okay, so this is going to be your wrist, and this part is going to be your where your sleeve crown will be. So now the first measurement we're going to impute will be our sleeve cap height. My sleeve cap height was 16, so whatever your sleeve cap height is, you're going to measure from the top here, and then you're going to mark. So mine was 16 cm, so I'm just going to mark mine here, just like that. And then I'm going to draw a horizontal line across it. Okay, so now this horizontal line across it is going to be your arm circumference. So whatever your value is, for example, mine is 44 cm. So you divide it by 2. You're going to place half of it on this side and then half of it on the other side. So if for example mine is 44 cm, if I divide it by 2, I have from here to here 22 cm, and from here to here another 22 cm. So once you've done that, you're going to indicate which side is going to be your back side and the side is going to be your front side. So I'm going to use this side as my back and this side as my front. So it really doesn't matter, you can alternate them. This is going to be my bicep, so I'm just going to indicate it like that. Now the next thing is you're going to measure from your bicep line all the way down to your wrist. So here I have about 45 cm. Yeah, so I have about 45 cm, so I'm going to look for the midpoint. So that means that the midpoint is going to be about 22.5 or thereabouts. So 22.5, I just place a mark there. So what I just did is from here, from your bicep to your wrist, you're going to look for the midpoint. Now you place a mark on the midpoint, and then from this mark here, you're going to take it up 2 cm, just like this. So now you're going to draw a horizontal line across these parts. Now this line here is going to be your elbow line. So I can already write it, elbow line. So once you've done that, the next thing we're going to do is you're going to place your wrist measurements on both sides of your sleeve. Now my wrist measurement is 24 cm. So that means that 12 is going to be on this side and 12 is going to be on the other side. So whatever your wrist measurement is, you just place it on both sides. Divide it and place it on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to connect this point all the way down to our bicep line. Good, so you see our sleeve is beginning to take shape gradually. The next thing we're going to do now is we are going to draw a slanted line from this point all the way down to these parts. And you do the same thing for this side as well. Okay, so once you've done this, the next thing will be to divide this line into 4 equal parts. So you take your meter rule or your tape, and then you measure it and divide it into 4 equal parts. Okay, so here I have 26.5. So 26.5 divided by 4 is about 6.6 cm. So you're going to measure from here, whatever your own is. This is my about 6.6, and then you measure 6.6. We are dividing it into 4 equal parts. 6.6. Okay, you're going to do exactly the same thing for this other side as well. Okay, so once you've done that, we are going to impute different values on them. Now take note of this. This is really very important. Now on the back side, the first mark or first point we are going to measure this part upwards about 1.5 cm. So you measure this part from here now, from this point, you take it upwards 1.5 cm. This is to enable us to draw the sleeve crown. Now from the middle line, you're going to measure this middle line upwards about 0.5 cm. So you take it up 0.5 cm, and then this last point here, you're going to take it downwards about 1 cm. Okay, now we go to the front part. So now on the front part, we're going to measure this part upwards. We're going to measure this part upwards 2 cm, sorry. So you take it upwards 2 cm, and the middle one you take it upwards 0.5 cm. And then this last point here, we're going to measure it downwards 1.5 cm, because the front armhole is slightly deeper than the back armhole to accommodate the bust. So this part is going to be 1.5 cm. Okay, so once you've done that, now we're going to connect our points together. So you grab your pattern master, and then you are going to connect from here to this point just like this. So you place your pattern master like this. So you play with it a little bit so that it will pick all the points very nicely, just like this. And then you flip it to the other side, and then you connect this point to this point and then to these other points. Okay, so you see your sleeve crown staying very nicely. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing for the other side. We're going to connect this one now. Okay, just like this. So this is going to be our sleeve crown. Now we are going to indicate our straight grain. So this line here at the middle is going to be our straight grain. So you can already write it there. Your straight grain and your center line. Now the only thing left for us to do now will be to place our notches. So I'm going to use a different pen so that you can see it very well. So on this middle point here, I'm going to place my notches here. So I'm going to just place 2 notches to show that this is the back side. And then on this middle point here, I'm going to place just 1 notch to show that this is the front part. These notches are really very important because we're going to match these notches with the front notches as well. Now to put the notches on our bodice block, you're going to measure from this part all the way down to where your notches start from. So you place your tape measure just like this, measure it very nicely. Whatever value you get here, you take your bodice block, you take your back bodice block, because this is the back side. You're also going to measure from here the value you got here like this. You're going to measure it like this, and then you place your notch. Now you do the same thing for the back, for the front side. You're going to measure this value all the way down to where your notch is, and then you take your front bodice, you measure from under the arm, and then you mark that this value here. If for example you got 11 cm, you're going to measure from here 11 cm, and then you place your notch here as well. So these notches are important because when we start stitching, it will be easy for us to match our notches and stitch very nicely. So once you finish doing this, now the only thing you need to do would be for you to trace this block now into a hard cardboard, so that whenever you want to use it to create different styles of sleeve, it will be easy for you to just trace it out and manipulate it and create your sleeve, instead of having to do this every time you need to create a sleeve. So that will be it for this sleeve block. You can see the sleeve block is pretty easy compared to the body's block. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it really helpful. Please, if you do, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and then subscribe to my channel. In our next class, we'll be learning how to use the bodice block and the sleeve block to create patterns for a beautiful outfit. And again, if you want to learn progressively how to create patterns for different styles of skirts, tops, dresses, in fact all kinds of women's wear outfits, you can subscribe to my school monthly for 12 euros only, or about 14 US dollars, or just 8,000 naira monthly, so that you get access to all our video tutorials. I'm going to drop the link below so that you can easily go there and sign up and register for all our courses. So I'll see you again in my next class. Until then, bye.